Ingrid, Andress, how are you?
Thriving. How are you?
That feels like on brand from the queen of the Sad Girl Bop to answer, how are you doing with I'm thriving?
Every day, baby.
I love that. I gotta tell you, I've never heard, when I was first getting to know you a couple years back, the self-description of queen of the Sad Girl Bop. I don't think I've ever glommed onto an artist without knowing anything as fast as I did to you.
Well, I feel like I've inspired many other young women to be sad girl queens as well. So I'm doing the work.
And I appreciate it. I really I've always gotten a lot of flack for this because I'm in we're country music people. I feel like country music is always kind of this beer and tailgates thing. And I like that stuff. I'm a country music fan, but my favorite stuff is the stuff that murders me when I listen to it.
Yeah, same. Well, that's why I love country music. Is like, I was inspired to be a songwriter because of how incredible, when done well, country music can paint the most vivid picture. And even if you haven't been through that thing before, you feel like you're in it. And that to me is just magic.
It is the best part. I mean, I love this telling the story is in my mind the key part of country music. Anybody can be country and it can sound however you want as long as it's doing the storytelling. And my top favorite songs are all sad stuff.
Yeah. I feel like more people, if you really think about it, the songs that impact you the most are the ones that emotionally switch something in you.
Right.
Like out of nowhere. Like that to me is why I love music, and they just tend to be sad songs though, unfortunately.
Well, I think
like I don't ever remember hearing a happy song and being like, wow, this has changed my life.
Right.
If anything, it makes like driving somewhere better. But as far as like shifting me emotionally, it does nothing.
You are right. And I think what the hard work that you mentioned at the beginning, like inspiring young girls to be sad girl queens, is the hard work is just like admitting it. Because I think you're right. A lot of people feel that same way. A lot of their favorite music is sad stuff, but maybe they want to identify with the happy stuff just as a self-preservation thing.
Right. Yeah. It's all a defense mechanism. Once you lean in, and you're like, all emotions are fine, then you're like, okay, yeah, I do like stuff that makes me feel things.
Yeah. Like, let me get into the mechanics of that a little bit. So like when you're doing songwriting, does your brain kind of just naturally, I'm finding that recently, like when I'm writing scripts and such, sarcasm is the best tool in my bag. And I kind of go to that naturally. And if I want to try something that's not that, I have to work harder. How's that with songwriting for you? I do. The sarcasm just naturally flows out of me. And if I want to write like a straight humor piece, I have to work a lot harder. Is it the same way when you're writing songs?
Yeah. I mean, by the way, very relatable.
Okay.
I totally understand what you're talking about. I think for me, when I start songwriting, my brain flips into what's another way to look at this. And I know that, popular ways of writing is like, just say it the way it is, like straightforward, very easily digestible to people. But my brain, unfortunately or fortunately, likes to figure out a different perspective of like, how else could we say this? Or like, what is this actually coming from? Like, you just peel away a lot of layers. And to me, that's where all the detail is, which is my favorite part, is like, what's another way to say this? What's another way of looking at this? What are the details we're going to find along the way?
And is it important when you're doing like co-writing with other people to like go through that process? Do you find other co-writers that you work with are amenable to that, looking at it from a different angle?
I think that's the beauty of co-writing, is because most people don't think that way. But then when you find people that do, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you then have somebody to basically, you have a backboard. Whereas, a lot of people don't want to go down that journey. And so you don't have a backboard. So you find the people that appreciate how your brain works. You don't know until you try. So I always tell young songwriters, I'm like, I know it's scary to like work with other people and show your work to people, but that's the only way you're going to get better.
Yeah, I think those. I would think that those glasses half full people need someone like you who can see it from a different, can see the sad piece. Like good art comes from that.
Yeah, there is no emotion off limits for me. I feel like that is the beauty of life is realizing that all emotions are fully accessible at all times.
Yeah, I love this. I like, I'm having so much fun just like indulging in this mindset with you.
Yeah. Welcome to my brain every day.
It's great. I think you're a treasure, Ingrid. I think you are you're the flowers growing on top of the soil that is country music, and I want to I want to protect that. Man, I like you. Man, I like you. This has been great. Last thing, I think you've made the right choice. So you're coming to Oregon. You're playing Chinook Winds this coming Saturday. It's an 8 p.m. show. Tickets still available. Chinook Winds is in Lincoln City, which is on the coast of Oregon. And I wanted to bring this up because I know you're from Colorado, where where elk are all over the place in Colorado, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in the mountains.
You're very familiar with elk. The only time, and I'm not a hunter, so I don't know this for sure, but the only time I've ever seen elk in person is in Lincoln City, and they're always there.
Oh, well, that's delightful.
Yeah, so you're going to feel very at home there.
Yes, I am. I've never been to that specific part of Oregon, and I just love being by water. So when I looked at the map and saw where it was, I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
You're going to be doing a lot of looking through the window at it because it's cold on the coast right now.
Should I do a cold plunge?
Okay. Sure. You would be the only one doing it.
Okay, got it. Noted.
Yeah, but do enjoy the elk. I don't know. You're not vegetarian, or are you?
I am not. People say that I have vegetarian energy, and I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I was being respectful because you do.
What is that? I don't know.
I think I read somewhere you're a healthy food enjoyer, and sometimes that equates to veg. I'm from Oregon too, where vegetarians are grown and bred. So
right.
Yeah. So
I mean, I dabble in all types of food, dietary. It's all fascinating.
Okay.
To me,
I was at Chinook Winds 3 weeks ago to see the frontmen there, and I had the elk medallions they serve at the lounge upstairs. Fabulous if you're looking for something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a culinary adventure. So thanks for the recommendation.
You betcha. Chinook Winds Casino this coming Saturday. Ingrid Andress, queen of the Sad Girl Bop, and, other music too. You'll really enjoy it. I've so much enjoyed this interview. Thank you, Ingrid, for calling. We appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, of course, Jake. Anytime.